My name is Tarun Shetty. Welcome to the Convo Sutra. We have an unbelievable episode for you. How about we do a quick intro for our audio listeners?
Hi, my name is Lorraine Lopez. I am a comedian and I have a podcast called Lorraine Lopez Loves.
Hi guys, I'm Naomi Parmar, and for some reason I'm back.
Nice. We love it when you're back. I'm Richard Sarvate. I'm a stand-up comedian, ex-computer programmer, reformed, and now doing stand-up. And I've also brought Barfi for everybody. Sorry, Burfy.
Richard is always so nice. He brought food for everybody. And I want to welcome Lorraine to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Are you excited to be here?
I am. I haven't done a podcast in a while.
We don't really have an agenda here aside from me booking pretty girls. So
Thank you, Tarun. Appreciate it.
Did your last podcast bring you snacks?
No, I have a podcast, so I don't even remember
okay.
the last podcast I was actually on. But I always,
Do you provide snacks at your podcast?
I don't do snacks.
Interesting.
Maybe drinks,
Nice.
alcoholic, but not food.
Yeah, we should have alcohol, definitely. But for now, today, I brought muzza, which Naomi taught me how to pronounce. Would any of you guys like to drink a little bit? This one is unopened here.
yeah, it's a spike with alcohol.
Sure.
The problem is, I think everyone's gonna realize I can't open things.
Oh, let's see it.
Let's see it, yeah.
I'm gonna really try though.
Let's watch Naomi for the next 45 minutes.
This is a great commercial for muzza.
We're gonna run out of time.
It's okay.
This is the only reason I'm heterosexual.
Wait, let's see if Lorraine can do it.
Can you please?
Ooh, wasn't
Wow.
that
Thank
satisfying?
you. Okay, so I don't need men at all. We've determined that.
Yeah, men are irrelevant
you.
completely. That was the final thing that we're actually used for.
Do a shake them.
Are we going to pass it around like a joint? Is that what we're doing? Like, what are we doing?
I think it has my backwash now, so I don't think anyone wants it. I just laughed
She
into it.
planned that purposely.
I have more
Yeah.
muzza in the fridge, by the way.
Always claim backwash, and it sounds like you're being really courteous, but it just means you don't want to share.
Oh, good.
You loved it.
I loved it. That's why I did it.
I mean, a little bit of backwash, I feel like adds a teeny bit of flavor to something, you know?
A little bit of closeness.
Yeah.
Do you double dip?
I definitely double dip. Yeah. What's your thought on double dipping? Are you against or
I mean, I'm totally against it.
against?
No double dipping.
No, I have a
What?
friend that for over 20 years that we've been eating together, and I didn't realize that she's been double dipping. And there's something about it, it's not okay.
Huh, but how close is the friendship if you're not exchanging saliva? Is
I
sort
mean,
of my
weirdly,
question.
we can drink each other's
Yeah.
drinks, but something about food, I don't know.
Because when we go out together, we're already so used to sharing drinks or water, but with food, it's kind of like not considerate.
Yeah, like you don't have to do it. Like drinking, you have to because you want to taste each other's drink, but you don't have. You can like take a piece off. Like there's little tricks.
So what do you do with the fry? So I dip the fry in the ketchup. I bite the fry. Now I got fry left, and I want more ketchup. So what do I do?
On the
No.
side, turn it around.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I would just not dip again. I didn't think about turning.
You would just not dip again?
I would just not dip again. I would be so conscious of looking like a double dipper.
Wow.
This is coming from the person who had like total backwash in the mango lassi. over
Pretend
there.
backwash.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
difference. Yeah.
Wait, but then you turn the fry around and then you're holding the part that you bit?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
but
should
now,
like
but now the part that your finger touched is going in the ketchup.
no, because you touch it from the middle, so you don't touch. I don't know.
There's a technique to it. Yeah.
Okay.
If you hold it in the middle.
Got
It's like,
it.
think about a pencil. You're holding it in the middle.
Okay. Oh, I don't hold my fry the way I hold a pencil. But okay. But maybe I could.
It's just something to think about.
No, yeah, I mean, my life is
You
really
hold it at the
advancing.
end.
I hold it at the end of the fry.
What do you do
yeah.
if like your fry is soggy? Or
no,
like how hard does your fry have
Yeah,
to
I only
be
eat
to
really
hold
hard.
it at the end?
All my fries are hard.
Do you want to demonstrate
That's-
eating so we can see how your technique?
I hold it like this. Okay, and then
People are clicking off this podcast.
So demure.
Especially since we're saying barfy instead of burfy.
Now he's like,
Sounds like a fee to enter a bar. No, it's burfy.
I would get yelled at if Ritu was here. I gotta ask, are you Mexican?
yes,
Okay,
100% Mexican.
right. Do you speak Spanish?
I do, but I'm not 100% fluent. I have a commercial agent who sends me out on tons of Spanish commercials. But it's different. So like sometimes I spoke English first.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even though my grandma basically like helped raise me, and she only speaks Spanish. So it's all messed up. So my English and Spanish is broken. You know what I mean?
It's interesting because I feel like Richard and Naomi would get mistaken for being Spanish.
I get sent in for Corona commercials.
Oh, really?
Pretty regularly.
Yeah, I
Okay.
get
I can
like
see
different
it.
Latin.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't. I wish I
See,
did.
I would think that you're Persian.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you
I
get
don't know.
that or no?
Not so much. Maybe in the past. I don't know. Maybe I haven't been out much.
I think people
don't
know
know.
what like Mexican looks like more than they used to. So yeah.
Do you enjoy using your ethnicity to advance your career? Because I think that's that's where Hollywood is now, right?
There we go.
It's tricky. It really is tricky, especially with being Latina, because I think when I moved to LA to do acting, it wasn't good. And I think even now, you're not the typical Mexican that people are casting or the people that they are expecting. So a lot of times it doesn't work for my favor, but I guess for like, certain things where you have to submit and they're like, oh, this is for a loan for Latina business owners. And yeah, then it works in my favor.
Yeah, I don't really act. I mean, you're done acting, right?
So long ago.
Oh, and I just do commercial stuff.
I try to act like I'm not annoyed all the time though.
Really?
At work, yeah.
Are you annoyed?
No, I mean not right now in particular. Maybe later on, but
Are you annoyed?
no. But like I have to have like a game face on all the time with work and clients and stuff.
What's your game face?
You know what? It's not that good.
Let's see a
Probably why I didn't
demonstration
make
of the
it
game
as an
face.
actress in the 6 months I tried or something. I don't have a good game face. Ironically, I have a good poker face when I'm playing poker, but no, my face gives it away.
And what do you do, if you don't mind me asking?
I have my own home staging company and interior design.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
I love that question. What would you say you do? It's just like the most like.
I
I
don't
make
know.
people's places prettier. Yeah.
No, I know that.
Yeah, I just wondered. It's been like
What do
6
you do?
episodes. What do we all do?
I mean, when you introduce yourself, you say, I'm Richard, ex-Yahoo programmer. Is that what you say?
I need to figure out. Yeah, what do you do? Like as a human, or as a career, or what would you say you do?
I don't know.
Well, actually, in
Wish I
this
did.
economy, you kind of have to do a million things, right? I mean, I don't even think. Also, in career-wise and financially, so many different things. You don't just direct. You write. You're a podcast host. You do stand-up. You have a company. You work here. There's like now it's kind of hard if you just do one thing.
So you're stand-up, right?
Yes.
The main thing I hate that people have been doing to me lately is like I'll meet them before my show and they'll be like, I'm going to heckle you when you're on stage. And they think it's so funny. And then I have to be like, ah. And then they're like, yeah, cool. I'll see you in there. I'm like, oh, and then it's just like, why do people not know how to talk to comics?
Because I think they don't deal with them on a day-to-day basis or like a month-to-month basis. I think people don't know what is rude. Like what I was going to ask you also was, do you think it's like kind of rude to ask someone what they do in LA? Like really early into a conversation?
On a date?
No, I don't mean on a date. I just feel like, do you feel like that question comes up too early in a conversation?
Yeah, it's very networky.
Yeah, it feels networky, right?
I've done the opposite because I've known people for many years and I've never asked because I want to just have them just know the person. And then I realized later that sometimes one time this guy, he's a director and he booked me on a commercial that I did an audition for. And you guys now make me sound like I'm an actress, but I'm really not at all. I just do it for the money. And I don't book anything.
Way to promote yourself.
But this guy ended up telling me, he goes, I have known you for years and you've never said you were an actress. I don't. And because I don't really consider myself, if my agent's hearing this, don't put this as a clip. But he's like, you need to tell people. So I don't know. I think sometimes there's a moment in time where you can talk about it. But again, like, I don't think the first initial, if you don't, unless you're, you know what I mean? It's different.
Like, it shouldn't be like, hi, what's your name? What do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it should be like
No.
the second question or third.
I agree with you because you have to self-promote yourself. I did stand up for a long time, full time. And so many people I know who are famous never asked me to open for them because I never pushed that. They're always just like, oh, Tarun's making films or something. I don't know what he does. So you kind of have to be in their face all the time. In fact, I used to be embarrassed to tell people I was a comedian. I was like, Jesus, this is an embarrassing career. I have that Indian thing in me. Like, it's like selling vacuum cleaners or something. Totally. Sorry, Richard. Richard's like, this is what I do.
Isn't it kind of fun to get to know someone and then find out what they do and just to kind of like see, oh, wouldn't think that. You know what I mean? Like, do you feel like knowing what someone does or what industry they're in kind of colors your...
is I get weird. Like, I don't want to know because I don't want to feel... I don't know if it's something like you say, like growing up, and also just... I don't want to think that you think I'm trying to get something out of you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that vibe.
I got to do the Convo Sutra. You're like, I got to do this Indian podcast.
I got to work it into the conversation.
But there is definitely a balance because I do feel like that's the problem that I've had my whole life is like, oh, didn't tell anyone this, didn't tell anyone this. And now it's like, okay, this is what I do. This is what I'm passionate about. Maybe people bring it up themselves.
You do have to tell people what you do. Like, I mean, I book a lot of comedy shows and I'll go on someone's Instagram and I'll be like, if they don't have like a bunch of like videos of them doing stand-up, then I'm just like, no. So it's like, you have to put yourself out there to a certain degree.
You don't follow people who aren't comedians?
Oh yeah, I think my Instagram is just all comedians.
Oh, you're using it for that purpose.
Yeah. It's purely a tool. Also, what I hate is that I follow so many comedians. Instagram thinks I love stand-up comedy, like just consuming it. And they're like, hey, check out this comedian, check out this comedian. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I can't stand watching stand-up comedy.
What?
I'm so tired.
Same.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. I used to love comedy, and now it's the last thing that I watch. And also, I'm kind of in a transition in my life where I'm not pursuing stand-up comedy. I will still do it for fun and do it when I want to do it, but I lost my joy.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it so? Maybe in this moment right now, I feel like I'm going back to like living my life and going to a different route of like things in the same center, the same comedy world, same thing. But I'm just, I think it happens.
Absolutely.
Sometimes,
I've heard a lot of, one of my friends quit comedy and he said his mental health is way better now.
Yeah. No, I feel like I'm becoming my more authentic, who I used to be, which sounds so bad, but I really do feel like something happened and I'm like, I would do shows.
It's also Los Angeles, by the way. Like I was in Florida for like a year and a half and came back. I was like, oh, I love this. This is fun. And you get to LA, you're like, this sucks. Because it's just oversaturated. The shows here blow. The comedians here suck. Sorry, LA. But go see Richard at the Comedy Store.
I would think it's the opposite. I would think you guys would love like the fact that there's so much comedy here. That's amazing.
This is a deeper conversation.
We're all just like,
You have to exist with blinders on in your life.
Yeah.
Like I was actually talking to my barber and I was like, do you hang out with other barbers? He's like, nah, man, I stay in my lane. he's like, I don't want to get too close with my competition. I was like, oh, wow. This is
I didn't know it.
Because they're small business owners.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even say it's that, but there was a moment where I had to like clear my energy before I was stepping into a comedy show, not for the audience and not for, because like I love to perform and I love the audience and I'm not like a person who like, oh, it was the audience. It's just, it is what it is. But the energy, you got to protect your energy.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
So,
Dude, when I walk into a comedy club, I need like a force field around me. Like no one's going to say anything weird to me to make me feel bad. Like
exactly.
you need a game plan.
Do you want no one to say hi to you before going to your show? Like, I think there's like a couple people coming to your show.
No. I love when people come to my show, but like every interaction can set you off in a weird way. Everything is like a butterfly effect. Like someone might say like, "Oh,
I'm going to heckle you."
Yeah, I'm going to heckle
Yeah.
you. Or somebody the other day, they were like, "Yeah, I sent my video." They're like, "I think you're really funny, but I sent your video to someone else and they didn't like it." That stayed with me for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I had a friend.
Why would they even share that?
I had a
have
friend
no
who's open
idea.
for Richard Lewis, who passed away, the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm. He said that Richard Lewis would wait in the limousine outside the comedy club, and my friend would perform.
That's exactly
and
right.
then he was like, all right, Richard Lewis, then they'd get him, and he'd enter the kitchen and go on stage. He didn't want to be in the club. He didn't want to see any comedy.
Wow.
He didn't even want to gauge the audience. I like to actually like watch a few minutes so I know what the hell I'm walking into. He wanted nothing. And I was like, I get it.
well, there's a lot of female comedians that have that reputation of, being a bitch or just like going in and out. And then later, when I first started comedy, I was like, oh, I guess that's kind of like, I didn't think it was bitchy, but I was like, oh, okay, just listening to it. And then now I realize I'm like, oh, you're protecting your energy.
Yeah, because I could see in the audience, like if you're in there early, you could hear conversations you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Things like, oh, I haven't heard of her, or this and that. Like things that could get negative because no one's going to know they're in the audience. And people do talk about the lineup. I could see that.
Yeah, and the longer you're in there before you go up, the more time it is for you to get in your head. So it's like, I like to come in, like 20 or 30 minutes before I'm going to go up, check what it looks like, go do something, come back, do my set, and just bounce.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's like going into war. You got to go. You got to have your helmet on.
That's why he's wearing camo pants. He's blending into the forest that he's gonna war in.
He's wearing a flak jacket on stage.
Got extra ammo.
It's underneath his sweater.
Absolutely, yeah.
You do change your dress when you start doing stand up.
Oh,
To
yeah.
what?
I mean, from the beginning to the end, it was like girly, just super like whatever I want to wear, and in the end, I'm like sweats, like. I don't know.
Yeah. Because
you
don't want any attention. Yeah, you just want to just cover yourself in a garbage bag, go on stage, do your jokes through a hole, and then leave.
Well, do you think it's kind of okay? There was a time not that long ago where I didn't see that many comedy specials. Maybe like 5 years ago with females. So do you feel like earlier on there was like a push to kind of cover your girliness or to tone down?
Wait, what do you mean cover your girliness? Like cover your
Okay,
cleavage?
I don't mean like wear clothes.
What do you just say?
Put a leaf over your shame.
Wear a bra. No.
Wear a bra.
Just because like I really didn't see female comedians before like Ali Wong's special, and then there's another one, the one that talks about being an elder millennial. I don't know her name.
Eliza.
Yeah. So before then, and I remember whatever I saw as like a female comedian, they were not the quintessential kind of like cute girls who are very feminine. And I wonder if earlier on, because there wasn't a lot of female comedians that were like well known, if they kind of toned down their like femininity a little bit.
I think there is a masculine energy. I mean, I can't speak to being a girl, but I think there is something about hanging with guys. It's a very competitive industry. I can't imagine being a female. Just the
But
clubs.
definitely the masculine energy.
Yeah.
The question was really for her.
Oh, I thought I would answer
I
on
want you
behalf
to
of the
explain
females.
feminine energy to females right now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and my thoughts on female comedians as well.
Okay, you.
Well, at first, I was getting a lot of guys telling me like, "Oh, well, you can't wear that," and I'd be like, "What? Like, how dare?"
What would they tell you can't wear?
They would just be like, "Oh, you shouldn't be wearing like dresses, or you shouldn't." Like, I've had, and maybe old school comedian men, but I was like, "This is so what? Like, why are people telling me what to wear?" And I didn't change what I was wearing because of someone telling me, but I had been in some situations where you drive far out to do shows in the middle of nowhere and you're getting gas, your car, and I have been in a dress and I'm like, you know what, I just want to, be safe.
I'd be curious about why they gave you that advice.
Women go to comedy shows with their husbands and boyfriends and you don't want them to I've had it happen, be pissed and like, don't look at her just because you have your, cleavage or your legs are showing. So that could change the vibe, for you. Like
It would make them not as friendly of an audience.
Yeah. One time I went in a bodycon red club. This was when I first started. And before that's just what I used to wear all the time. So I went out and as soon as I walked up, I had these girls screaming at me like, bitch, like, and
Wow.
it was in Anaheim in some like warehouse thing and it was crazy and I really thought I was gonna get beat up.
Yeah, I'm not shocked by that.
And it was that. And I think in the end it turned out fine. And then in the end they liked me, thank goodness. But there is that. Like I don't wanna walk on the stage and have people already decide, oh, we don't like this person. So maybe being more neutral or not so, I don't know. That
Not
could
so
be a
feminine and all that, yeah.
A lot of comedians dress really feminine though, like Nikki Glaser. She's like super feminine.
I think I see that now. I think I didn't used to see that in like the 90s.
But that's like a huge HBO But
Yeah.
back in the day, I mean,
Oh,
she's
that's
wearing a
true.
t-shirt
Yeah.
and
That's
jeans.
true.
I don't mean for now.
Yeah, if I was doing a special, I mean, literally, I'd be like, you wear anything you want. You know?
That's true. Yeah. No, if I see Nikki Glaser at the club, I mean, she's just wearing normal clothes.
Ali Wong was in a club dress while she was pregnant.
Right.
Which
yeah.
well, I thought that was kind of
See
cool.
us
Actually,
wearing the club dresses on
Yeah.
stage.
she made the club dresses.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be too much of an uncle here, but would you guys please try some burfi or some jagdish?
Okay, so
Sure.
I mean, I'm going.
Tarun, can you explain this a little more? This is like a Gujarati snack. I mean, it's just like
Dude, we
shaved.
need like Ritu or Ayushi just to explain this stuff. I have no idea.
this is going to be one of those episodes where they like the sound, the ASMR.
Oh, ASMR.
Yeah.
Does that work for you guys? ASMR?
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Do you really?
It doesn't turn me on though.
It doesn't have to. I think it's supposed to make your brain tingle. That's
This
like
is
the main
amazing.
thing.
Indian snacks are so fun. Tarun,
Got
would you be so
maza.
kind as to take a little bit of...
I'll eat between.
what about the burfi?
I have a problem eating and talking.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Can I break a small piece of burfi for you?
no. I feel like you poisoned it or something.
I didn't poison it.
Did you used to have braces?
I told you, like, I'm very insecure how I speak.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's got to be a perfect runway for me.
I asked, the
do.
reason I asked you that is because I can't eat and speak either. And it was because I had that issue too.
But you have a food show, right? See? Great job, Richard. Great job.
We need our mouths, okay?
We can talk about stuff while she's
Yeah.
chewing. We don't want
Yeah.
to force you.
10 out of 10.
So I like food.
Yeah, food is
I
great.
love food. I love food.
I feel like I need it every day to survive.
this.
No food.
Oh, yes.
Tell me about this food show you do.
Well, it's just basically Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube posting me going to restaurants. A lot of them are like restaurants that I've loved and kind of just like sharing this gem that like, hello, this is amazing, come here. Or it would be like a new spot, like this is the hottest spot. And then I'll, maybe not love the food, but then I love the drink there, but just sharing adventures, fun things. And I want to implement my family in it. I love happy hour. I love deals. I love travel. But one thing is I went to a psychic probably 10 years ago, maybe not that long. And she had told me, this is way back. This is when I was a writer, which I I was writing.
Are you an actor or a writer?
I'm
Get it straight.
everything. I'm everything.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Long story short, she said, no, I see you with a microphone. I see you talking whatever you want to say. Cut to stand up, cut to having a podcast. I was like, oh my gosh, she was right. This was 10 years later. And then I was like, but where's the beach? Like, there's something weird. I'm missing the beach. And then I started realizing when I was connecting more to like what I love, which is food, travel, like adventure. I love comedy and being silly about things. And I was like, that's it. It's the beach with the microphone, me doing things.
I love it. Yeah. This is like Carl Jung talks about integrating your shadow self. So I feel like your shadow self is like someone who loves food and travel, and like the universe will not let you progress as a human until you integrate your deepest loves into your life.
Yeah. And I stopped doing everything because I was doing, everything has a purpose. Like, everything leads to something, and everything, like for me, and going back to like culture, in my culture is you don't talk about your feelings. You hold your secrets in. Like,
You don't talk about your feelings
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Mexican culture?
Yeah.
Sounds like Indian
This
too.
is why you fit in
Yeah.
this, because we're repressed.
Oh yeah, we're
All I do is talk
Emotionally.
about my feelings. People are like, stop calling me.
Really?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm probably just entertaining the camera here. I do talk to my friends. I complain too much, but I definitely try to keep a game face like Naomi.
Indians are the king of repression. Like
This food's throwing off your timing, dude. I swear, dude. You were
No,
like,
no, no.
you were like,
There's like a delay.
the old Richard would come right in. You took that beat, dude.
if you hear me like chewing, that means I'm about to say something. That's my cue to come in. But look, no, we're super repressed. Also, so I do, in my stand-up, I talk about mental illness a lot. And I notice that the South Asians tighten up a lot. Like, because so I talk about, my mom has schizophrenia, and I talk about it all the time. And Indian people, every Indian person has a cousin, mother, brother, father, sister, them that has schizophrenia, and they don't want to talk about it. And so it's like, if I bring it up, there's like shame on their family.
Yeah.
And so it's very hard for me at comedy clubs, actually, when there's a large Indian audience, because I have to be like, okay, I have to delicately hit that mental illness subject.
But maybe that's the audience that needs to watch that kind of content more than anyone else, because just hearing someone bring it up in like a comedic sense probably gets them to realize that, oh, wow, like we have that uncle and nobody ever talks about it. Why is that? I think that there's some subjects in our culture that are so repressed that if you don't have an example of someone making a little bit of light of it or just talking about it, then you just forget that it's something that you sweep under the rug.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I have to be that person, but unfortunately, I'm getting, I'm the pioneer.
Did you say that? I'm the pioneer?
I'm the pioneer. I'm Jesus bearing the cross, and I'm getting all the flack for it too. So.
And is that something in your culture, like humor, to make fun of each other, or is that taboo?
Indian humor is like very basic. It's like mostly slapstick in my opinion.
Yeah, it's more slapstick.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think like as Indian comedians, it's so crazy to Indian people because they're like, especially like my aunts and uncles, they don't even get my comedy at all. Like they think I'm just like a speaker.
Speaker.
Like, they'll think that you'll like give a talk at like a conference or something that's like the same thing. Like
Exactly.
Richard's going to do his skits.
Exactly. They think I'm just like, I'm a professional speaker or whatever. Like, I might as well be a TED talker or something,
How I would describe our culture sometimes with emotions is like we're really extreme. So like our love stories are so extreme. And things with like friendships, like if you watch our commercials, I don't know if you guys have ever been to India and watched the commercials.
Oh yeah.
When they're trying to pull at your heartstrings, they will make you cry, even though it's like a 20-second commercial. Oh, wow. And with their comedy too, it's just so slapstick that you just can't even. It's the most slapstick.
Yeah, it's too cheesy
slapstick,
for me.
yeah.
I guess it's like novellas and the commercials and the comedy is like that too.
Yeah, we have our own novellas, and they're. I don't know, what should I say about our ZTVs?
I mean, I think they're very romantic.
Yeah, but they also get a little crazy because they've been running for like 30 years. So like the storyline gets really crazy.
Wow.
Sometimes I fantasize about going to India and just having. I feel like I would have done better there because in my 20s when I was really going after this, there weren't opportunities. Obviously, the Indian thing, the Hindi.
You still can. I think it's actually a great time. I think you have more opportunities in India than you would have had. So I modeled in India for like 6 months. And the conditions are better now, even in India, because, well, for modeling anyways, but because of Netflix, India, I think that things have opened up more.
I think you're right.
Can I do my audition for if I was to be in a Bollywood film?
See, I don't think it's all about Bollywood anymore. I think it's a lot about like movies. Well, you can bring your Ganesh everywhere. I think that would be
Because I feel like Indian men, they pop out from behind things,
behind a tree.
Yeah.
That's also in America too.
No, but you have to wait for it to rain a little bit.
Do you find Indian men creepy? I just want to get the perspective because we talk about this all the time.
Well, I just had.
She can't
deja
admit it if
vu.
she does.
I had a peeping Tom 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Is the thing that
it
he
was-
just did
it
remind
was,
you?
This was a total thing that I just
It's
it
not
Indian?
exclusively to Indian.
No.
Right,
he
okay,
was-
got
no.
it.
So it was by your window?
Yeah, my window.
That's so
I was
creepy.
cooking and it was late night, but it was smoky, and I just had one window open, and he was just and I have
Whoa.
a million cats. I have
That's
I have
so
5
scary.
cats.
Maybe he was into the cats.
Maybe
I
he was into
watching
the
him because all my cats went like this, and I was like, "That's weird." I was like, "Oh, maybe it's a possum." I got excited. I opened the window, and he was like, the screen was like this, and he was like this.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then
That's-
and I started closing the windows, and then he started talking to me, and he was drunk, so I didn't know what he was saying, but I was like, "Oh," turn off all the lights, and then he proceeded to take off his pants, and and then my
Wow.
cat was staring at him like this, and I think he stopped because my cat was making him uncomfortable.
Oh, wow.
Oh. I'm glad he wasn't so uncomfortable towards the end. You almost hope he was so drunk that he doesn't remember where you live, because the worst situation is like when people are creepy, if they know where you live, they'll always know where you live.
Well, I was thankful that he was drunk, and then I called the neighborhood watch, and I called the police, and I saw I was like looking because I'm in the back, but I was peeking. I could see the lights shining, so I was like, I think I hear cops or whatever, but I don't see them. I told them to come behind, whatever. They never did. So I had to call and be like, hey, did they come? Like, what's going on? No one's come, and they're like, oh yeah, but they were just on the street. They didn't see anyone. Okay, cool. Next day, I sent all the because I know what he was wearing. I completely saw him. So I text all my neighbors. I said, this is what he was wearing. This is how he looks. And my neighbor goes, oh, I just saw your message, 7 a.m. Is this him? He was still across the street.
Whoa.
He was, I mean, he was a homeless man. He was just across the street in a blanket, just like right in front of my apartment. And I'm like,
Maybe he
what?
was, yeah. There's a lot of like squatting too. And sometimes people are also looking, like maybe the original intention was to see, hey, is this house vacant? Can I go in? And then he stayed for you, which is creepy.
I don't even think he actually got to even see me. I think he really only saw me when I was closing the window, because the way that my cats reacted, it was like he just walked up. I think he just like put his nose in there and I went, ah!
We need pets. We all need cats.
You need cats? They just sense
Yeah.
the...
Yeah.
There are many security guards.
It just sounds scary being a female in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have like the safety of numbers. Like every time you leave a place and you need to get to your car, LA is so spread out. There aren't that many good Samaritans to discourage bad people. So if it does happen, because it is a big city, I think there aren't that many chances to like get help.
Do you ever feel unsafe, Richard, in comedy?
I've never felt unsafe ever. I feel so safe.
Must be amazing.
What?
Wow.
Another joke?
Won the lottery.
I mean, my body is totally fine, but my mental health is like in the shitter. But yeah, I feel too safe doing comedy. I have to tell myself to leave places. Like, you know, I don't stay at comedy clubs past midnight anymore. You know, there's no...
You don't like the crowd then?
I mean, a lot of people think like hanging out at a comedy club will get you further in the industry, but it'll just make you do more coke.
That's why I can't watch comedy. I used to work at comedy clubs. I used to hang out, oversaturated in my brain.
Yeah, and then I feel rude because now I'm just like, I can't really enjoy it. So I'm watching, it's like you feel like you have to fake... like if you're
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even fake it anymore.
well, it's just weird. I'm not one to
Yeah.
you know.
Well, Tarun doesn't even laugh anymore. He just goes, "That's funny."
I have
Yeah.
noticed that.
I can't. It's hard for me to laugh. I do laugh with you guys. I was telling Richard that. I do laugh on this podcast. This podcast is more like therapy for me now.
Because
Like,
there's a camera on. He has to seem human.
Let's see what a laugh looks like real quick.
I should put a camera in my house. I should put a camera in my house so I can have more fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just, yeah, have a security camera in every corner so you can always be on camera.
Ring camera.
Oh yeah.
I'm so dead on the inside. I wish that was a joke. Anyways,
Do you want some burpee?
Burpee will
Would you
bring you
like
back to
some
life.
burpee?
Yeah.
Let's live on the edge today.
Let's pass
I've
it.
been waiting.
Or do you want that one?
Thank you. Did you try this?
I would say, can you split it?
This is
between
like
you and
pure
Lorraine?
sugar. Where'd you get this from, by the way?
India Sweets and Spices on Fairfax. Delicious.
Here's a
Oh, I've been
plug.
there. They're great.
Here's a plug for India Sweets and
Nice.
Spices.
I hate to be like mean, but I think like Indian sweets really are not good
Wow.
compared to
Okay,
like
I'm
the
gonna
rest
Wait,
of the
Lorraine?
world.
Yeah. Can we get
No,
a...
I love Indian food. Like I love Indian drinks. I love almost all of it. But when it comes to dessert, I don't think we do salads. Well, I don't think we do salads.
Yeah, I don't know what an Indian salad is.
No, there's no Indian salad. It's like the leftover vegetables. I don't think we do desserts well.
Well, Lorraine, what do you think? And give us your full, honest opinion.
No, I've tried a bunch of Indian desserts that I love. Mm-hmm. I do like this. It's a little waxy, but it's like coconutty.
It's made out of wax.
Is it? I like it.
Yeah, I think it's marzipan, kind of.
I do like it. You know, it's one of those
Yeah.
things that it's going to grow on me. I'm going to leave.
And you're going to
thinking
think about
about
it. Yeah, I mean, I love this. Like, this is from my childhood. Like, I just imagine me as like tiny kid being like,
I do like halva though.
halva is so delicious.
Halva is good.
See?
That's like carrots.
I used to like holige.
Wait, what's that?
Holige, you know what that is? The yellow, like dosa. Looks.
Yellow dosa?
You mean dosa?
No. You put it's like with ghee.
Dosa is kind of yellow.
You put ghee.
Kinda.
It's yellow. Am I making this up?
Wait, no, it's a dosa though?
No. It looks like a dosa.
Okay.
Sorry.
You know what? Like, did you guys ever grow up and like your parents told you the wrong words for things and they don't correct it because it sounds cute?
This is the right word.
Oh,
Okay.
dude.
No, but it
I
sounds
think
like
this
it.
is a South Asian, as where I'm from, like a South Indian thing.
Dude, my dad used to call me Ronnie until I was like 30.
Why?
I don't know. He would just like he would just call me and be like, "Richie Rani, how you're doing?" And I was like, I didn't realize but it means queen.
Oh, okay.
What up, Queen?
My dad would call me like, "What up, queen?"
No, that's Ronnie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not Ronnie.
Like
oh,
Ronnie Mukherjee.
Ronnie.
Maybe it's like-
Yeah,
Ronnie.
Ronnie's cute, but it's more confusing. Yeah.
Yeah. For the longest time, I was like, I didn't know. I was like, why is he calling me queen? And I just finally realized it's the wrong word.
I was Billy. Do you know what Billy
Oh,
means?
like Billy. I have that word in my
And
brain.
that's like a
I'm
nickname.
Yeah, but it actually means something. This is like Indian word Jeopardy right now. What is Billy?
I don't know.
I remember my dad saying it, but
Cat.
I don't remember. Oh, that's right. Oh, exactly.
Billy.
Cat.
What was your nickname, Lorraine?
I never had one. Not from my family, so. Which is weird because everyone has one in my mom's family.
I'm trying to think of like an Indian nickname we can give you, but I don't know what that would be.
She looks more like a Ronnie than you do.
You should much more, yeah. And my dad used to call me Badmash a lot.
Badmash. That's
He
just
said
probably
that to you?
accurate.
Yeah.
He's probably just being descriptive.
Badmash means like naughty.
Wow.
She's into it.
Naughty Queen.
I can be kind of a Badmash.
Oh my gosh.
It sounds like you've gone through a lot here in LA. Like you have to go through your journey and your wars here.
Well, I just listened to my horoscope, which was a deep one, and said it was a death and a reborn of basically coming to my divine, what I'm supposed to do.
What sign are
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
I'm a Sagittarius.
You're integrating your shadow self.
I just feel, I'm just ready to.
It's your final form.
What do you want to do? I mean, did you come to some realization?
Well, I think things lost meaning for me. So why am I doing the things that I'm doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Lost meaning.
There we go. Yeah.
My soulmate right
Growing
here.
up, right?
Yeah.
I feel like growing up is realizing that things are losing meaning for us.
Yeah, like
But
what's
in a
the
good way.
point?
Yeah.
I think that's actually so. When's the last time you actually got excited about something?
Yesterday.
Right now, this podcast.
Right. Okay. This podcast. Okay, great. What did you get excited about yesterday? Oh, you're going to Norway.
I might be seeing aurora lights and yeah.
Okay. That's actually exciting. Lauren, when was the last time you got excited?
Hearing the news that there was like a Rose Bowl thing where it's an adoption, huge animal adoption thing, and I volunteer at the shelter, but with the cats, and they took out a bunch of the cats, and most of them all got adopted, and all the ones that didn't, the rescue took them, so they didn't have to go back to the shelter. And I was like,
Oh, that's cute.
Cute.
I always see your Instagram. You're always posting about animals, which is really commendable. So,
thank you. If you want a cat, you want a dog, hit me up.
you want to plug anything while you're here?
I guess check out my Instagram, Lorraine Lopez Loves, and my TikTok. I am posting a bunch of food stuff and also like places that anyone could go to. Happy hour. My next one will be like El Torito. But
I'm plugging being here the next episode.
She's plugging the present moment.
I'm plugging this chair so no one takes it. I realize this is my favorite chair now.
I'm Richard Sarvate. Follow me on Instagram at Richard the Comedian. You can find me at India Sweets and Spices every Monday at
He works
noon.
there.
See me for a free piece of burfie.
Yeah, and thanks for coming by, honestly.
thank you guys for having me. This has been so fun.
I really like your Instagram stuff. It's really cool. And thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, join us on Patreon, and we will see you guys next time. Take care.